Welcome to the Principled Women in Business podcast with your host, Lauren Dulgeru, aka the Solutionist. You are about to discover priceless insight, experiences, and perspectives that will inspire and empower you to break down your own obstacles and reprogram your own limiting beliefs. All while raising women business owners to the pedestal that has been long awaiting, the coronation of true, principled women in business. Welcome to the Principled Women in Business podcast.
Welcome to the Principled Women in Business podcast. I'm your host, Lauren from the House of Solandria, aka the Solutionist, and I have a very special guest with me here today. We're going to be talking about a problem that most business owners do deal with, especially women business owners. So let's get right into unpacking this. Now, this is Principled Women in Business. You are right here on our channel, and you are learning and growing in your business. So you are learning how to solve those problems, those things that business owners are going through day in, day out. But principled women in business, women business owners, we have unique problems that we go through. So here on this podcast, we really unpack that and celebrate other great businesses who have figured out those tools, those teams, those resources that you so very much need in your business. So let's jump right in. I have with me today, Molly Rose Speed. And Molly, honestly, the thing that I love most about what you do is you help business owners to get back that time. And I don't know if I could actually do you the best justice by introducing all about your business and what you do. So without further ado.
Yeah, hi Lauren, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me on the show. So for the past 10 years, I keep saying 10 years, so it's probably been 11 by now, I have been supporting online business owners in the VA space. And for the past 5 years, I've been training professional virtual assistants and now placing them with actually predominantly female business owners and everything in between of learning exactly what businesses need in this day and age to run online businesses successfully, systematize, and how to effectively use a virtual team, because that's what we're all shifting to.
It has been shifting for a number of years, and unpacking that a little bit as well. Prior to COVID, I moved virtually a couple of years prior myself. Okay. So when COVID came through and everybody else was shifting to the virtual platforms, I was, able to jump in there and help people make that transition. Because virtual teams really does give us in our businesses the best access to the best people, the best resources. So your teams in particular, what do you specialize in?
So our virtual assistants are, there's 8 buckets of core competency that I expect virtual assistants to know. And some of those things are inbox and calendar management, travel booking, newsletter maintenance and management, CRM systems, social media management, light bookkeeping, some research and KPI reporting, and then task management. So think of, you as a business owner has 25 things you need to get done this week. Someone can come in and help organize exactly how those things are get done and support you in getting all of those things accomplished and prioritized and all of that. So those are kind of the big key things that we're serving right now.
Absolutely. Remember, I'm sure you guys out there listening to us, also there is a video format on this too. I like to give you guys that extra interaction. But so often we go in and we start our businesses and I've got this, I can do it all, right? And it's not until you truly realize that when you bring in people who can do it, 1, better, but 2, get your time back, that's really when you start finding the growth, the multiplication, and seeing those true things in your business.
Yes.
Can you tell us about a particular story, a client where they really, that hit home for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So something I always say is we as business owners start our business. We have a passion, a service, a mission, and we're so excited about it. But along the way, we get 27 hats that we're wearing, the marketing, the operations, the bookkeeping, the business development, the coaching, the whatever it is, the creating the service. And to your point, we lose all of that time. We stop going to our kids' soccer games or taking that Friday morning to go on a walk with a neighbor or whatever it was that we wanted the flexibility in the first place. So I think that's super, super important. So an individual that we supported recently of just completely transforming his life. He's a really, really busy public speaker and financial literacy coach. So we offered services and coaching as well as speaking services and consulting. And when we came in, he was 90 days delayed on getting paid from a lot of, so there's just money out there that hadn't been paid. His schedule was a mess. He hadn't, like I said, been to like a kid's event. His kid was in theater and soccer, hadn't done that. His contracts weren't going on. I mean, everything was a mess. So by having someone come in who was an expert at, type A, organization, systems, automation, and just kind of button all these things up and create some workflows. Everything is kind of running on autopilot, and then he has an assistant now that's running all of that for him. So just a perfect example of how he could kind of get his life back and get back to doing what he loved to do the most, and then have someone else be in their core genius handling all the admin.
Even myself, I remember when I made that transition, and for years, I had worn all the hats. I had done all the things. It was me on the phone. It was doing all the things. But when you truly learn the art of delegation and start unpacking your plate and handing that back to people, that's magical. And I really want to, drill home to you guys listening that this is where your business is going to start growing. You can't be the solopreneur. You can't be the one lady band. You can't be the one lady band. It doesn't work like that. So you do have to bring in other people. And Molly is perfect to come and really drive this home to you guys, because you're going to need professionals to do things. You cannot be a master at everything, right?
You call me a saint, but
scheduling. I don't want to be a master at that. I don't want someone else to do that.
No, and it's so important.
Even like accounting, we bring in accountants, we bring in tax preparers. Why wouldn't we bring in professionals who are going to manage and organize our lives? Molly, I would love to know
don't let me ever be this alone. I'm falling.
And bringing in
Shouldn't be trusting me, I could be making it all up,
Yeah, I think there's a lot of misconceptions. I do a lot of educating on this. First is a virtual assistant isn't a kiosk, it's a machine, right? Or human behind a desk. And there's also very different range of virtual assistants. Back in the day, 4-hour work week, Tim Ferriss taught us all that we can hire people overseas for $4 an hour and have this 4-hour work week, right? That does exist if you can take the time to find it and work with overseas virtual assistants. There's also stateside virtual assistants for those listening to that, and the quality of partnership that you will get by taking the lead of hiring someone into your business is tenfold from what you said. And I also want to share that you don't have to hire someone when you don't hire someone for 40 hours a week. You can start with 5 hours a week, fractional assistant, I'm falling, 20 hours a week, 40 hours a week, I could be making it all up, and you can use 5 of those, so you can kind of get your feet wet, how to delegate, start with one thing, start with social media, because I don't know one business owner that is doing that themselves, so get it off your plate, and see how you feel, and then you'll kind of sense that labor, and then it'll be, okay, now I'm going to have them tackle my inbox, and just baby steps.
Yeah.
To have the whole dream sheet right away.
I love that you mentioned that, because business owners, people in particular, they so often think that it all has to be dumped on you at once, and you really have to rip off these horrible, painful band-aids and just jump in. No, you can take baby steps. You can assign, especially as you get used to, the people that you're working with. Everyone's kind of getting to know each other as a team. Assign more.
assistant, new or existing, or you're starting to kind of really hone in your delegation and it does free up your time, use that time wisely. Don't just add more and more to your plate. Use it for business development or gaining more revenue by working with a specific client or selling a service, or time with your family. Like, what are the things that are important to you? So make sure that you're very intentional about what you do with that time. I see a lot of business owners just fill it with more tasks once they move them off their plates. That's not what we're going for.
I love that you bring that up because, again, I suffered from that as well. And we do have to be conscious of that because, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, founders, we are very driven, motivated people. So we see an opportunity and we're, okay, let's go do that now. Let's add this. We can do that. It's just a little bit of time, right? And we always have that happen, but we do have to have the self-control. I like to say, like, pull our own scruff back, and just with time, it's not the season. And we need to be mindful of these things. And it's hard to be mindful of it when you have that driven mind and all you're hearing is, let's do it, let's go. But we still have to be conscious to bring ourselves back to focus in what we're doing and what we're looking to accomplish. And especially with teams, we're looking to get our time back so that we can work on the business, not in the business.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said.
Oh, I love that you're here with me today. So if your business could be remembered for one single thing, what would you be remembered for?
We provide the best virtual assistant experience and service in the United States. That's my mission. That's what I'm going after.
Okay.
And most of our virtual assistants are military spouses, so that's what makes us special. So we have a mission based out of our business. But I'm really fixing the issue at hand of quality, incredible virtual assistant service based in the U.S. using the military spouse market.
Wow. Okay. I love the military portion of it. I'm not sure if I've ever heard of a VA service that works so heavily with military families.
Yep, doesn't have to be, but that's
great. I love it. I love it.
Yep.
So how did you get into this? Most people don't generally trip, fall, and just lean into the space. How did you get here?
Yeah, I was I was a corporate cubicle dweller, 10 years ago. Corporate finance in a healthcare system, and I just hated it and realized that there needed to be more to my life. I wanted to travel. My husband was in the military, so he was gone all the time, and I just wanted to be present. And I kind of woke up, luckily for me, at a young age and realized I have control over this life and this is what I want to do. So I just created this career being a virtual assistant and got lucky with my first client, and I learned so much along the way and dove into the industry and have served over 80 different clients myself throughout the past 10 years and learned all sorts of industries. And then in along the way, several of my peers, mostly military spouses, kept saying, how do I do what you do? How did you create this life for yourself? So I created a virtual assistant academy that certifies professional virtual assistants. And then my network of business owners came to me and said, I want some of your amazing VAs. So that created Virtual Assistant Management, our agency for placement.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love how that just kind of took a turn and I'm out smelling like a rose.
I'm loving it.
Things like that worked out.
Yes.
Can you tell me, we already mentioned that people have a lot of misconceptions, but when you came into the space and kind of building these teams and matching a person with the business for the business, what didn't you expect? What stands out to you most that you just didn't expect to happen?
This might seem obvious, but it took me a while to actually catch. So I thought business owners and the virtual assistants would be so much matched based on skill set, like what they can do. They check the box, they can get it done, they're efficient. But the relationships that we've been able to create and foster between a business owner and a virtual assistant has been my biggest surprise. Like, these virtual assistants have gone from being, an administrative assistant in the business to some are project managers to director of operations to COOs, like the growth that they've had in between. So you're really hiring someone that's going to care about your business, come in as a partner. So what we've added to that is a lot of personality work when we do our intakes, like not only self-assessments and Enneagrams and DISC or whatever we decide to do with the client, but just asking different types of questions, like what type of person are you? How do you like to work? What's your working style? A lot of that. Yeah.
That's important.
It's very important. Mm-hmm.
And it's fantastic that you bring that up, because when I first kind of entered that space, I did exactly what you said. I went through and I looked for skill sets.
Yep.
And, then I would try to match with the voice and the feel of the person when we start talking. But it doesn't work like that. Over time, you really develop a relationship with your people. They're virtual, yes, but they're still with you. They become family. They become part of your business family.
Absolutely.
They come in right with you at your side.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid of creating those teams, of building out those different areas of expertise where you can grow, where your business is going to grow, because these people sign up with you. They're locking arms. They didn't take the position just for the paycheck. They have plenty of those, but they liked you and they want to work with you, and they saw the vision and they saw the mission.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yep.
Molly, thank
great.
you so much for being
You're
here
welcome.
with me today. I think this is something that's so important that entrepreneurs, business owners, founders, anybody thinking about starting a business really needs to unpack and consider who you can bring in, how you can delegate and reclaim your freedom of time.
Absolutely.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. When we started our businesses, we wanted to get our time back because we weren't exactly thrilled with the jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now we have to remember that mission and really put those teams together so that we can have it. So I love that you came on with me today and spoke so candidly to us and really kind of unpacked putting a team back together. Here on the Principled Women in Business podcast, we really want to be creating solutions for people. And it comes down to, well, I don't know who to hire. I don't know who to call. I don't know the personality. I don't know where to, and that's where we're really unpacking problems here on this show. So I am Lauren from the House of Solandria, aka the Solutionist, and I have with me magical Miss Molly Rose Speed, who is a really fantastic resource for you guys to get in touch, to build these teams, to get that life back, to get your freedom of time and start elevating your socioeconomic status. Molly, can you tell us about where we can find you?
Yeah, absolutely. mollyrosespeed.com, all across socials, and you'll find my website there. And if you're looking to hire a virtual assistant, virtualassistantmanagement.com, and you can book a free discovery call, and we can kind of see if this is the right time and if it's a good fit for where you're at today, and share some information.
Excellent. I love that you're doing that free discovery call for everybody.
Absolutely.
So to find the Principled Women in Business podcast, you can find this just about anywhere. We have it coming up on YouTube, iTunes, everywhere. So keep looking. Make sure you're pressing the like, the follow, and don't the subscribe. It always in magical roots of 3. Like, follow, and subscribe. Stay in touch, and then let's keep going until our next episode. I look forward to seeing you guys next time.
And that wraps up another episode of the Principled Women in Business podcast. Follow us on social media to never miss an episode and to unlock full access to your trusted business solution center. Find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Insta, and YouTube. Till next time, stay strong and keep crushing. Find us at laurendulgeru.me or call 407-337-1117.